What's going on, guys? Nick Scotty here for Gaming and other stuff. Hope you're well. Oh, this commentary's getting a bit tedious. This is about my 6th attempt at doing this, but I want to get it right for you guys because it's a very informative video. I hope a bit educational for you today, guys. No gameplay. It's just going to be me talking to you with some information you guys have been, asking for in the comments. So I decided I would deliver to you guys. So, Tapped Out and Triffids. Not many people know what the hell Triffids are, and I've seen this in my Triffid video on my channel. It's some people have been asking what the hell are they? What are they a reference to? And a couple of people point me in the right direction. And as you know, when you grow them, the reward for growing them is the end of humanity. So this actually is, the whole task is a reference to a book from 1951 novel by John Wyndham called The Day of the Triffids. So, The Day of the Triffids was a book about these plant-like things called Triffids, obviously, but they were very, very deadly, and where they came from was unknown. There was speculation that they were Soviet biological weapons, but it's never actually said where they came from in any of the books or the novels or anything like that. And they're made up of like two key parts, like the base. They've got like these three little stumps that they can move along the ground and root into the ground. And then they've got like a stem which isn't really used for much. Although people speculate that it's how they communicate using the stems, and then they've got the tips, which have got like this little bell dome shape, and then inside there they've got, I think it's about it's like a 10-foot like whip type thing that they can basically, if you get hit by this whip, you are basically dead instantly. So they're pretty deadly plants, and it was found out that they had this very rare and profitable oil. And they also found out that if they cut off the whip things, it took like 2 years for them to regenerate, so that they were pretty safe in that time. So as long as they said that they would prune them every year, so that obviously the whips didn't grow back and they weren't deadly. So there was lots of these Triffid farms set up around the world, and the main character in the book was called Bill Mason, and he had an accident and was taken to hospital. He was in charge of one of these farms, and while he was in hospital, there was this weird like meteor shower, and everybody that basically looked at the meteor shower was rendered blind instantly, and that was pretty much like 95% of the population of the world. So the majority of the world is basically now blind and can't see, and there's a few survivors. So he gets out of hospital, doesn't really know what's going on or anything, and everywhere's like dead. And he meets up with some other people, and because everyone's blind and nobody can maintain these Triffid farms anymore. The Triffids have obviously had time to grow their whips back over the 2-year period, and they've started to move about and get more active. So they start roaming the earth and killing people and wiping out the entire human population. So the end of humanity, which is obviously where the Tapped Out comes in, because that is the reward for growing them, is that you basically you grow these things and that's it. That's the end of humanity. So the way the book finishes off, I think, although I've only just skimmed obviously bits and pieces to try and get some key facts out of this for you guys, Mason and the other survivors that he meets up with basically go, I think it's the Isle of Wight or the Isle of Man, and that's basically like a safe haven where the Triffids don't exist. So they go and live there, and everything's cushy for the time being. So yes, but guys, that is pretty much Day of the Triffids. Now, as well as Day of the Triffids, there was also there was a film in 1962 and 2 television series, one in 81 and one in 2009. And as well as Simon Clarke, also in 2001, he wrote a sequel to the book called The Night of the Triffids, but I've not really looked at that, so I have no information on that at all. So yeah, basically there you go, guys. That, I hope that kind of fills the void as to what these things are and what the reference is. you know, thanks a lot for all the guys that commented and pointed me in the right direction on Triffids, because I really didn't know what they were. I'd never even heard of, Triffids before. So, but I'm sure if I'd have done some research, I could have, probably, found something. But yeah, just people talking, and I got interested, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna, have a look at this, see what's going on here. And actually, this also is a bit. It also kind of has a lot of references to other kind of influences, is what I'm trying to say. It's had influences for other things. So, if you guys have ever seen 28 Days Later, and basically the film starts and he's in the hospital all on his own and everybody else is dead. Well, they got that inspiration from Day of the Triffids, because that's basically what happened. Bill Mason was in the hospital. He wakes up, nobody's around, he just walks out of the hospital, and yeah, it's just carnage. Everything's smashed and destroyed. And I mean, I guess you could also say that about very similar to that, and not just 28 Days Later, but Resident Evil as well. The end of Resident Evil after Alice has been taken by the Umbrella Corporation, which is the kind of the lead-on bit into the second one. She is kind of just like walks out of a hospital onto the streets where it's all dead and there's nothing going on. So there's a reference there as well. There are other references, guys. I think somebody even said, I think I saw somewhere that there was also a reference to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just checking out the wiki here, but I can't actually see anything. I did see it somewhere. I can't remember where it was though. But yeah, so there we go, guys. That's what Triffids are. That's a quick overview of the book, and then that's a few references to other things as well. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Hope it was really informative for you, and hope it answers any questions you've got about what Triffids are. If you liked it, please give me a like. If you've got any comments, questions, feedback, as always, please leave me a comment. As you probably, as I've done this video, the purpose of doing this video is that I've listened to you guys in the comments. I do like to read your comments, do like interacting with you through comments. It's a very important part of YouTube. I can't stress that enough, that I think personally that if somebody takes time to leave me a comment, I should take the time to write them back, as long as it's not spam, of course. I don't reply to spam. And if this is your first time on my channel, or you've not done it before, why not subscribe? You'll get lots of tapped out content and other stuff straight to your subscribe feed. You won't miss out on a video. So thanks a lot, guys, for listening and watching once again, guys. And it's Scotty for gaming and other stuff, and until next time, happy gaming.